So you're interested in becoming a physical therapist. In today's video, I'll break down the steps to become a physical therapist and give you some insights on how you can set yourself apart as you apply to physical therapy school. And if we haven't met before, welcome to the channel. I'm Tim Fraticelli, and I'm a physical therapist, and on this channel we love talking about physical therapy career, treatment, and technology. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit that subscribe button because I share new videos each week about physical therapy. It wasn't too long ago that I was in your shoes trying to figure out if physical therapy was the right career for me. I was trying to read about physical therapy career through the Occupational Outlook Handbook, through the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and all sorts of dry, boring material because there wasn't really much out there about physical therapy. This same thing holds true whether it was 10 years ago for me or today for you. You need to go out and shadow a physical therapist, and that's the first step into becoming a physical therapist. And it may sound obvious, but it's the absolute most important step in my opinion: shadowing a PT. When you shadow a physical therapist, you get the opportunity to see what it's like in the clinic, watching the physical therapist interact with the patients and provide treatment on a daily basis. Even if you've been to physical therapy multiple times as a patient, I would encourage you to shadow a physical therapist as a student because you're going to see so many different patients and diagnoses and different treatment techniques, and that can really help you to solidify whether or not you want to pursue physical therapy as a career. As you'll find with your application process, a lot of schools will require shadowing hours. Some of them require very few shadowing hours, but I recommend that you shadow at least 100 to 200 hours or more with different physical therapists in different clinics because you're about to apply to grad school here and spend the next 3 years and multiple thousands of dollars in PT school. So shadowing someone for 100 hours or 200 hours may seem like a long time, but it really is a small amount of time in the grand scheme of things. So you owe it to yourself to go shadow a physical therapist to make sure that this is a career that you're really interested in and that you can really commit to. One of the great things about physical therapy is that you'll find physical therapists in a variety of settings, including outpatient clinics, private practices, hospitals, nursing homes, home health agencies, even fitness and sport facilities or government agencies, the military, occupational, industrial settings, all sorts of areas. So try to explore a handful of these settings if you can, because the more experiences that you have in different settings, the better that you'll be able to answer the question, why do you want to become a physical therapist? You can expect to hear that question on your interviews or mixed into your application essays, so you need to have a variety of experiences to draw from because that will help you to stand out among the other 20,000 plus students who are applying for about 11,000 PT school seats. It is very competitive to get into PT school, but don't let that scarcity element draw you closer to PT school. In fact, there are a few reasons not to become a physical therapist, and I talk about that in this video right here, but we're going to continue on with this video on how to become a physical therapist, so let's move on to step number 2. Okay, the second step in becoming a physical therapist is to take the prerequisite courses. This takes a little bit of planning because some schools may require different prerequisite courses. Most require the basics like biology 1 and 2, chemistry 1 and 2, physics, anatomy, and physiology, but some programs have different requirements in math, English, or even the humanities. Now, the reason you need to start thinking about the prereqs earlier than later is that some schools require that you complete all of the listed prerequisite courses before you can be accepted into the program. Not all programs are like this, and some programs will even allow you to complete the remaining prerequisite courses up to the summer before you begin PT school. You just have to make a list of your PT schools that you want to apply to and start looking at the prerequisite courses for each PT program and make a simple spreadsheet with each school listed there and the prerequisite courses for each of the programs, cross-checking to see if you've satisfied the prerequisite courses with the courses that you've already taken in your undergrad, or you may have to take a few extra courses at a community college. One of the most common questions I hear is what happens if you've gotten a C in a prerequisite course, and I talked about that on the blog. You can take a look at that at ptprogress.com. I'll put a link in the description below. Okay, let's move on to step number 3 in becoming a physical therapist. It's the GRE. Now, some PT programs will still require you to take the GRE, but there are quite a few programs that have dropped the GRE requirement. Honestly, I'm not sure why these programs have dropped the requirement since PT school is considered a graduate level program, but it is up to them, and I think it's smart to still prepare for PT school by planning on taking the GRE by the end of your junior year, because there are going to be some programs that still require the GRE. That way you can be prepared and to take the test and be done with it as you begin the PT school application in the summer that you start your senior year. For most students who pursue physical therapy immediately after their undergrad, you're going to apply to PT school the July before your senior year begins, and that's when the PTCAS application opens. PTCAS stands for the Physical Therapy Centralized Application Service. But for high school students who are interested in physical therapy, you can check out a 3+3 PT school, which is a program that integrates physical therapy school within your undergrad program. Essentially, the physical therapy school and the undergraduate program are part of the same university or an associated university. So instead of spending 4 years at an undergrad program and then applying to a 3-year graduate school, you basically complete your undergrad in 3 years at that university and then transition directly into the PT program for an additional 3 years. It is a faster way to become a physical therapist. In general, you save a year, but you do need to know this when you're in high school as you start to apply for undergrad programs that may offer the 3+3 physical therapy school option. Okay, step number 4 is to create an account with the PTCAS. This is the centralized application system that almost every physical therapy school uses to simplify the application process. What you do is you create an account on PTCAS, and then you can upload your transcripts and your classes, your shadowing hours, and even complete the essay prompts for your physical therapy school application. Of course, you always want to check the website of each PT school that you're applying to because they may have other requirements for acceptance into their program that may not be listed on PTCAS. All right, so you've shadowed a physical therapist, you've taken all the prerequisite courses, you've even taken the GRE, and you've applied to PT schools. Step number 5 is to wait. Wait until you get an interview and then to ace that interview. But not every school has an interview, so you might even be accepted without an interview, but chances are that you'll probably get an interview, whether that's in person or by phone or by video. You need to be prepared. One of the resources I put together a few years back is called the Physical Therapy School Interview Guide, and it's helped so many hundreds of students get into the physical therapy school of their dreams. It covers all the information that I wish I knew before applying to PT school, so having this as a reference is going to help you build that framework for answering the tough questions, and it's going to give you so many more valuable tips for acing your interview and getting into PT school the first time around. Personally, I don't sell any mentoring or $100 packages on how to get into PT school. People have asked me, can I jump on a phone call with you and can you coach me through interviewing? I'll tell you this, honestly, I could not cover as much information that is covered in the Physical Therapy School Interview Guide in an hour phone call. It's going to be much more worth your time to check out the book or even other videos on this channel like this video right here, Physical Therapy School Interview Questions you can expect to hear during your interview. Okay, on to the 6th step in becoming a physical therapist, and that is to complete 3 years of graduate PT school. There's no doubt that this is the hardest step in the process in becoming a physical therapist. PT school is not easy. It's 3 years of full-time grad school, up to 6 to 8 hours a day of classroom, followed by months of clinical rotations, which is basically on-the-job training for physical therapy. But even after you've completed your 3 years of grad school, you're not a physical therapist just yet. To finish your journey to become a physical therapist, you need to pass the Physical Therapy Boards exam. Step number 7 is to pass the NPTE, or the National Physical Therapy Examination. This is what we refer to as the PT Boards exam, or just simply your boards, and it's the hardest exam that you're going to take in all of PT school. Now, typically students will sit for their boards exam in the last semester of PT school, or soon after graduating PT school. It's generally administered at a testing facility, but you can't actually practice as a physical therapist until you've passed the boards exam, which is a requirement for applying for your physical therapy license in any state in the United States. So you need to take the boards exam, you need to pass your boards exam, and of course you need to graduate from PT school. All of those things are required in order to get your physical therapy license. Okay, so you have finished PT school, you've passed the boards exam, you're ready to become a practicing physical therapist. Now you just need a job. We'll save that for another video, but I'm going to add a final step to this video, step number 8. Because once you've finished PT school and you've passed your boards, your education actually doesn't stop there. You see, in order to renew your physical therapy license every 1 to 2 years with your state, you're going to have to take continuing education courses, and you can take continuing education courses in almost any topic that you're interested in within the physical therapy space, but you do need to make sure that it is an accredited continuing education course and approved by your state. Now, personally, I take the majority of my continuing education hours online through resources like MedBridge Education, which offers a $175 discount when you use the promo code PTProgress. But regardless of how you decide to complete your continuing education, the fact is that physical therapists never stop learning, even when they're done with PT school. So if you're interested in learning more about becoming a physical therapist, be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out the blog. There are a ton of videos about career in physical therapy and how to be successful as a student and after PT school. So if you found this video to be helpful, let me know by giving this video a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.